The flex, compact, slim and minis. If you like hanging, CLEVO definitely has some options for you. So CLEVO is a German brand and it stands for Climbing Evolution, and we definitely checked out a lot of their products, and we also many times were training on the original CLEVO Hangboard, but now they also have hangboards which are hanging on ropes, and honestly I think that will be quite challenging. And I want to say up front that I'm not the best climber, but I definitely want to make the most in-depth review possible. So of course CLEVO also has a normal hangboard, and this one we have checked out many times before, and this one has different widths and different depths of holds, and also has a kind of pull-up grip over here and two different slanted options as well. And this product you can hang onto the CLEVO modules or above your door, for instance. And we're actually a big fan. So this is basically our baseline. So now let's check out the other CLEVO hangboards. So first up is the Hangboard Flex. And this one, of course, you can drill into your CLEVO module or above your door, or you can hang it onto the ropes as well. And of course, since it's much smaller than the original one and since it's hanging on the ropes, you can also easily take it with you. And actually this one also has different depths and different widths of holds, but actually it looks much more advanced than the original one. So I'm very curious how it will be. So let's test it out. So of course, since the CLEVO module is hanging up quite low, we had to hang the hangboard a bit higher. It could be even a little bit more high, but because of the ropes, it's quite easy to adjust the height of the hangboard. So of course, because this one is hanging onto the ropes, it could move, but honestly it didn't move as much as I imagined when I was doing exercise where I'm hanging still. But of course, if you start doing pull-ups or anything like that, then it does feel much less stable than the original one. And also this one does have a very nice grip. Of course, if you want to really challenge yourself, you'll need some chalk to get some extra grip. And also this one is definitely more advanced compared to the original hangboard. So basically, if you are advanced, then this one is a compact and cheap version of the original one, which is quite nice. So next up is the Hangboard Slim, and this one of course doesn't really look like a hangboard, it more looks like a pull-up bar. So I'm actually curious whether I'll also be able to do pull-ups like this. But besides that, it only has 3 different holds, so it has 2 different depths on the front, and actually on the back there's also a hold which has space for like maybe 4 fingers. Now it's hanging onto a round bar, and like this it actually tilts quite quickly, so this becomes very challenging. But of course you might be able to fix this if you hang it onto a different surface, maybe a square surface, and then it will tilt less quickly. But with this one now, actually the angles of the holds change, and then it becomes super difficult. This was still doable for me to hang on to, but this one is already very challenging. And also the one on the back here, there's actually space for 5 fingers, but it's also very difficult. You could actually hold on to the front and the back at the same time, and then I could also do a pull-up, so that's very nice. And even when you do pull-ups onto the whole product itself, then it's actually more challenging than on a normal bar because it tilts. So we do think that this one is quite difficult, but just know that when you purchase it, and it's actually quite a nice challenge. So next up is the Hangboard Compact, and of course this one is very compact, and you have 9 different holds onto it, which all have the same width, but they have 3 different depths. So this is quite nice for the variety. And also on the back here, you have 1 hole, which is just for 1 finger. So this is definitely very challenging. You can also hang onto it like this, and also you can combine these different holds. So for such a compact product, this one definitely has a lot of grip variety, mostly when it comes to the depth of the holds and not as much with the width. The only different grip is actually on the back here, and that one is 1 hole for just 1 finger. And if you want to just hang on 1 arm on 1 finger, this is actually very nice because this one is centered. And with the other products, if you're hanging on that 1 finger option, then it will start tilting to the side because it's not hanging in the center. And of course, this one as well has some wobble going on because it's hanging on the ropes, but it definitely has a very nice grip as well, and it is definitely a very nice product. All right, so over here we have the minis, and this is the first product where you have 2 pieces, and both are exactly the same. So on the front we have 4 kinds of grips, and on the back we have 2 grips which are exactly the same. This grip over here is quite nice. If you use it with some weights, then you hang the weights onto the ropes, and then you put 2 fingers in this one, and then you can actually train your grip like that. But for now, let's try these out. So again, with this small product, you do have quite a lot of options. Because of the rope though, it tilts quite a lot, and some of the holds, like this one for instance, if you're hanging just on one side, it's basically impossible to hang onto it, and then you will have to grab the back and the front of the product, and then it's possible. So we don't think that the rope placement on this one is ideal, but maybe they did it on purpose and we are just missing something. But one nice bonus with this one is that you can hang the ropes onto some weights and you can train your grip strength like that by using the different holds and building it up. So this is quite nice. So before we conclude, we found out that 94% of our viewers don't actually subscribe. So subscribe so that we can make more and better reviews for you with more and more partners. So when it comes to the pricing, the Flex costs 70 euros, the Slim costs 50 euros, the Compact also costs 50 euros, and the Minis, they cost 40 euros. So in general, we are quite a big fan of this line of products because they are good quality and also they have quite some hold variety, which are definitely very challenging. So when it comes to the Flex, this one is basically a compact version of the original Hangboard, and this one is the only one out of these four which you can drill into your wall, so for instance above your door or in a CLEVO module. And when it comes to the Slim, this one of course is basically like a pull-up bar, but of course it rotates because it's on the ropes, and this is definitely challenging, and also it has quite some nice holds. And when it comes to the Compact, this one is an even compactor hangboard, but of course without the option of drilling. And this one has quite some nice holds, but the one we are the biggest fan of is the hole which is just for one finger. And this is a very nice one because it is centered. And when it comes to the Minis, these of course come in a set, and these are very small, so this is very nice. But also you have the option to train with some weights, so you can hang those onto the ropes and then you can build up your grip strength. But we don't think that the rope placement here is ideal, because if you hang it up just like they say in the manual, then some of the holds are impossible. But in general, we are a big fan of these, and we can actually get you 10% off with our discount code CWW10. So click the links in the description or here to support our channel, and then we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.